Welcome to Stories with Mimi Laura. Today's story is about a squirrel, and the title of the story is The Squirrel Family's Surprise. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest filled with the melodies of birds and the whispers of the wind, there stood a magnificent tree. This wasn't just any tree. It was home to a cozy little treehouse built by a young boy named Oliver. Oliver, with his lively spirit and adventurous heart, had spent countless days playing and dreaming in his treehouse, high above the ground where the world seemed magical. But as the summer approached, Oliver's parents decided it was time for him to experience something new. Summer camp. Though Oliver was hesitant to leave his beloved treehouse, he was also excited about the adventures that awaited him. While Oliver was away, the forest continued its life, and a family of squirrels was in the midst of their own adventure. Mr. and Mrs. Squirrel, along with their 3 playful children, were on the lookout for a new home. Their old nest had become too crowded, and it was time to find somewhere bigger. One sunny afternoon, while exploring, they stumbled upon Oliver's treehouse. Curiosity led them inside, and they immediately fell in love with the spacious room and the cozy feeling it offered. However, they knew it wasn't theirs to claim and returned to their nest in the tree. A few weeks passed, and an unfortunate accident occurred. While playing, the youngest squirrel, Sammy, accidentally made a hole in their nest and that connected directly to the treehouse. The nest, now unsafe and exposed, left the squirrel family with no choice but to move. With heavy hearts but hopeful spirits, the squirrel family packed their tiny belongings and moved into the treehouse. To their surprise, they found it even more charming on the inside. They decided to make the best of their situation and started to furnish the treehouse to make it feel like home. Using a little squirrel-sized computer, they ordered miniature furniture from Squirrels, the most popular online shopping site in the forest. As summer neared its end, Oliver's heart longed for his treehouse. The memories of his special place filled his dreams, and he couldn't wait to return. Finally, the day came when Oliver arrived back home. He ran through the forest, excitement growing up with each step, until he reached his tree. Climbing up, he noticed something different. The treehouse was no longer as he had left it. It was fully furnished, with tiny chairs, a small table, and even a miniature bed. Oliver was puzzled but intrigued. Who could have done this? Determined to find out, he decided to wait silently and see who the mysterious inhabitants were. Night fell, and the moon cast a gentle glow through the windows of the treehouse. Then he heard it, the soft patter of tiny feet. Oliver watched in amazement as Mr. and Mrs. Squirrel, followed by their 3 children, entered the treehouse. They went about their evening, unaware of Oliver's watchful eyes. As Oliver observed the squirrel family, he saw the joy and love they shared for their new home. He realized that while he was away, his treehouse had provided shelter and happiness to another family. A warm feeling spread through his heart, and he knew what he had to do. The next morning, Oliver introduced himself to the squirrel family. There were moments of surprise and hesitation, but soon laughter and chatter filled the air. Oliver decided to share his treehouse with the squirrels, making it a home for both of them. Together, they spent the rest of the summer playing and creating memories in the forest. Now, the lesson from this story. The story teaches us about kindness, sharing, and understanding. Oliver learned that sometimes the best thing we can do is share what we have with others, especially when they are in need. It shows us that unexpected situations can lead to beautiful friendships, and that home is not just a place, but a feeling of love and togetherness. Let's see if there's some questions we can discuss. Question 1. Why do you think Oliver decided to share his treehouse with the squirrel family? Question 2. How do you think the squirrel family felt when they first moved into the treehouse? Question 3. Can you think of a time when you shared something important with someone else? How did it make you feel? Thank you for joining me with Stories by Mimi Laura.